Welcome to the Sellin' Podcast with Jeffrey Greif. Jeffrey has spent more than 45 years in sales and marketing. And for more than 25 years, he's presented sales seminars from large corporations to small businesses, as well as teaching university students all about the pride and passion of sales. Now, he's sharing that knowledge and practical advice with you to fast-track your journey to sales success. Whether you're selling a product, a service, or ideas, this is the Sellin' Podcast. And now your host, Jeffrey Greif.
I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to take the notes. I couldn't wait to do the research. And I couldn't wait to do this recording of the Sellin' Podcast. In order to be a successful salesperson, you must have a sense of urgency. You must have a sense of urgency. Sure, be scared, feel the fear, and do it anyway. You know, I think there was a book by that title, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. I never read it, but I think I can summarize the message of that book without you having to read it. And here it is. If you want to be successful in sales, in business, or in anything, feel the fear and do it anyway. There you go. I just saved you the time it would have taken you to read that book. Now, back to our podcast. In sales, you must have a sense of urgency and you must act boldly. Having a sense of urgency will help you in so many ways. You will move in the direction of your goals at a much faster pace. You will acquire customer feedback much faster, so you can tailor your marketing message faster. You will stand out in your industry and be top of mind. You'll be unique. Most people, I'm sorry to say, do not have a sense of urgency. They think, oh, someday I'll get around to it, and they never do. That is thinking like a loser. That's not the way successful people like you and me think. In order to be successful in sales, we have to have a sense of urgency. We think, I do it now. I do it now. I do it now. In fact, it's funny, I haven't thought about this in many, many years since I read his book. W. Clement Stone, who was a very successful insurance salesperson, a very successful businessman, a very successful author and inspirational speaker, started every morning with his salespeople chanting, do it now, do it now, do it now. Stone said that the reasons why he started every morning with his sales team chanting, do it now, do it now, do it now, was to embed urgency into the minds of his salespeople. He wanted to prevent procrastination. He wanted to promote immediate action and assist in overcoming fear in sales and in business. Great advice. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Chant with me. Chant with me. Say it out loud. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Come on, no one can hear you. And if anyone can, who cares? My guess is that my beautiful bride hears me somewhere in the house chanting, do it now. Do it now. Do it now. And she's thinking the usual, what is he up to now? And it's okay. Chant with me, my brothers and sisters on the path to success in sales, out loud. Do it now. 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 And whatever came to mind while you were chanting with me, pause this podcast right now and do it now. Whatever it was that you were thinking needed to be done, do it now. And if you absolutely positively can't do it now, pause this podcast and write down what you need to do and do it as soon as appropriately possible. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. And now we'll continue with all of the reasons why having a sense of urgency is so important in sales, business, and in life. Remember in a prior episode of the Sellin' Podcast, I said that there are some consumers that have a fear of missing out? Act now, and they will be your first customers. Build on that. By acting urgently, you'll be that much closer to success. You will increase revenue much faster than you otherwise would have. Money is good. And if your decisions are correct, you'll make much more money much quicker. You'll increase revenue, which will help you to have the resources to provide the products or services that you want to provide for your customers. Or you'll be able to make changes to the products or services you are selling. If necessary, you'll have the resources to hire additional staff to provide better service. Act urgently, and you will minimize any possibility of procrastination. You're already acting, learning, and accelerating the decision-making process. Act now, and you will eat your competitor's lunch. And believe me, if you don't have a sense of urgency, I guarantee you this: someone, somewhere out there, one of your competitors will have a sense of urgency, and they will eat your lunch. Urgency builds immediate momentum. You may not be heading in the right direction, but keep moving. You'll learn more quickly, and you'll get to more answers before your competitors do. Act urgently, and you'll have energy. There's something about taking immediate action. You feel, energized, don't you? And there's an excitement. When you take immediate action, there's an energy associated with it, and you'll excite other people as well. Everyone around you will feel it too, that excitement, that energy. Here's the downside. You'll fail quicker. And that's good, as much as it hurts. By failing quicker, you'll learn quicker and make better decisions quicker. Good stuff. Courage begets courage. The more you act with urgency, the more you will feel courageous. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Believe me when I tell you, when it comes to success in sales, you should be much more fearful of inaction than you are of action. There's an old saying that we rarely regret having taken action and failing. We tend to regret not having acted at all. At my age, I have come to understand this. I believe that this is true. We regret the things in life we didn't act on, not so much the things in life that we acted on, but perhaps did not work out for us. And to me, acting now, having a sense of urgency, is associated with being bold. Dorothy Brand said, "Act boldly and unforeseen forces will come to your aid." Yes! I remember many years ago there was a substantial change made nationally in my industry by all of the state's regulatory bodies in the United States. The upside was that we could earn an additional 20% in profit. The downside was we didn't know how our customers would respond to the price increase, and we didn't know if they would find value in the enhanced services. Also, we were concerned that informing all of our clients would be tedious, complicated, and we risked our clients leaving us for competitors who were not providing for the enhanced services. An emergency meeting was called by the owners of the company, and all of the salespeople were there. Frankly, everyone else was a basket case about it. And I realized no one took the time to consider how to present to our clients and prospects. Even the owners of my company were unprepared and paralyzed with indecision. I had taken quite a bit of time to consider the alternatives, the upside and the downside, in providing for the enhanced services or not. After everyone at the meeting expressed their concerns and fears, I was the last person to speak, and here was my plan. I would be bold. For the next 3 months, I would provide the enhanced services to my clients. I would take the risk. I told everyone at that meeting, I would take the risk. If any of my clients complained, this is what I was prepared to say. Quote, "While it's true we are charging 20% more, these are the additional services provided. We are reducing your risk, and we are providing enhanced services. If those services do not meet your needs, I am happy to provide you with the old original services and cancel the new enhanced services. However, I must stress that the old services open you and your firm and your clientele to additional risks. If there's a claim, you risk a lawsuit by a partner or a client. What is your decision? End quote. Within those 3 months, I had increased my profit margins by more than 15%. I only had 2 clients complain. I met with them, and I simply provided for the old and unenhanced services. And by the way, one of those clients who had complained to me, who had told me that he wanted me to continue with the old unenhanced services, he was so impressed with my explanation that even though he insisted on continuing with the old unenhanced services, he increased his volume of business to me 3-fold within 2 years, becoming one of my very best clients for the past 20 years. When I told the owners of my company and all of the other salespeople that I would take the risk, and for 3 months, I would provide the enhanced services to my clients, was I being irresponsible? No. I had taken the time. I had learned about the new enhanced services plan. I considered the alternatives, and I was being deliberate in how to market them appropriately. Sure, I wanted to make more money, but I primarily had the customers in mind. I truly wished to limit their liability. And that was the focus of my marketing, these services. I was bold, yes, but it was a calculated risk based on my experience in the industry and a knowledge of my customers. And, by the way, a knowledge of the services that we provided. I had a specific strategy. At 3 months, the owners of my company had all of our salespeople providing for the enhanced services to their customers as well. And they had me give a presentation to all of our salespeople on how to market the services. Does being bold always work? Of course not. Many years ago, when I had a sales position with another company, I wanted to increase my sales territory. I was the number 2 salesperson at the firm. They weren't going to fire me, right? So I wanted to push the envelope a little bit, see what opportunities I could create for myself. I met with the owner of the company, and I demanded, nicely of course, but I demanded a larger sales territory. At the end of that conversation, I found myself unemployed again. Yikes! So, being bold doesn't always work out. Although, now that I think about it, within 2 years, I was making much more money than my old boss who had fired me. So, maybe it does always work out. I don't know. It worked out in that case. Well, regardless, it's better to be bold than it is to be meek. Goethe wrote, quote, "Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it." I love that. Then there was the time that I interviewed for the sales position that I still have today, and I'm with my company for more than 35 years now. This is how I got my job. I interviewed when there were no sales positions available at the company. The owner of the company told me that their sales positions pay a certain percentage commission and a base salary. I said to the owner of the company, when the time comes for him to consider hiring me, I would insist on a higher commission percentage, the percentage number of which I gave him, and no salary. When he asked, "No salary? Why? Don't you want a base salary?" I said to the owner of this company, "I want no base salary and I want a higher percentage commission because when times are tough and the economy is sluggish, I'll be the last person you fire because I'm not costing you a dime. And when times are good and the economy is strong," I smiled, "you and I are going to make a whole lot of money together." He turned to his junior partner and he said, Hire him today." and I've been at this company for more than 35 years now. The Roman poet Virgil wrote, "Fortune favors the bold." A sense of urgency in sales is critical, and never stop. You can never, ever rest on your laurels. By the way, this phrase, rest on your laurels, originates from ancient Greece and ancient Rome, and it means never be satisfied with past accomplishments. Never be satisfied with past success. Stay future-oriented. Have a sense of urgency always, and act boldly. Can one develop a sense of urgency? I don't really know. I've always had a sense of urgency, always. I don't really know if you can develop a sense of urgency, but I do know this. If you don't have a sense of urgency to focus and accomplish your sales goals and your desires for your life, well, then there's just no way you can achieve what you want to achieve in your sales career and in your life, period. Procrastination is death. Act now. Have a sense of urgency. Let me ask you this question. How much longer will you live? We don't have any idea, of course, how much longer we are going to live. If you want to be successful in sales or anything, you've got to be motivated. You've got to have a sense of urgency. Act today, right now, because whether you live another 6 months, another 6 years, or another 60 years, it's over in the blink of an eye. I keep a Stoic coin in my pocket with a skull on it, and it says, memento mori. That's Latin for remember, you must die. It means live with urgency and live with purpose. It also gives me perspective. Someday I'll be dead. It tells me to focus. It also says, death is natural. Don't fear it. Let go of trivial matters. Don't allow the ego to control my fears and my life. James Dean said, dream as if you'll live forever and live as if you'll die today. And I don't know who said this. I think it was me. The quote is, plan like you'll live forever and live today like today is your last day. It seems contradictory, but not for me. I plan to continue to achieve great things in my life, and I also want to appreciate every moment as well. This moment, every moment. Because as Marcus Aurelius is famously quoted as saying, quote, you could leave this life right now. You could leave this life right now. Let that thought determine what you do and say and think, end quote. What does this mean for salespeople and business people? Act now. Time is running out. If you want to be successful in sales, you've got to get out there and sell. Make phone calls, prospect, make more and more sales calls, ask your clients and everyone you meet for referrals, read books, listen to podcasts, and listen to seminars on video and audio recordings, and continue to learn more and more about your craft. Schedule appointments, follow up. Do it now, do it now, do it now. One of the primary reasons why I am such a success in sales is because I have a sense of urgency. I'm competing with many, many others in my industry who do not have a sense of urgency. And as the old saying goes, the one-eyed man is king in the valley of the blind. I'm competing with other people who just are not that committed and are just do not have that sense of urgency. I may not be the most intelligent salesperson, but no one will outwork me. No one. Have a sense of urgency. One of the very best speeches I've ever heard was presented by the great Les Brown called, You Gotta Be Hungry. I have listened to that presentation hundreds of times. I still laugh at the same sections of his speech, and there are some sections where I still cry at the same sections of the speech. I will post a link in the show notes for Les Brown's You Gotta Be Hungry. Please listen to this seminar, the great Les Brown. When I started this podcast episode, I wasn't even thinking about W. Clement Stone, but how can I present this podcast without linking his book, The Success System That Never Fails? It's a classic. See the link in the Sellin' Podcast show notes. Buy the book, read the book. Oh, and do it now. Now get out there and sell.
We hope you found this episode of the Sellin' Podcast helpful and of interest. Please make sure to like, rate, and review. And mention this podcast to a friend or a business associate. Have a comment about this podcast? Have a topic you'd like Jeffrey to discuss? Feel free to contact Jeffrey directly at jeffrey@sellin.net. He'll read and review every one of your emails. That's jeffrey@sellin.net. .net as in networking for success in sales. Now, take what you've learned today and get out there and sell. See you next time on the Sellin' Podcast.